Hello, I am Gomo. I am going to talk about photomasking. Photomasking actually accounts for the largest portion of semiconductor process. I think it's very important process out of all the processes. So I have decided on a topic. Photomasking refers to the process of patterning the circuit directly to the wafer. The most commonly used method in the photo process is photoresist, called PR. To summarize photomasking in one sentence, we need to deposit PR on the wafer surface to pattern the circuit. I tell you six order of the photo process is PR cooling, soft bake, exposure, development, hard bake, disco. First, PR cooling consists of sewing content, which is the process of applying photoresist. This means that the thickness of the PR required for the process. It is process of uniformly forming the entire silicon wafer base. Second, the soft bake process is to remove the remaining solvent with the applied PR and stringent adhesion to the substrate. There are two main methods, the open methods and the hot plate methods. Third, exposure is a process for emitting light to the PR to form the pattern. The mask of the desired pattern is aligned with the substrate. By emitting light afterwards, a pattern is formed on the substrate according to the shape of the mask pattern. First, develop is the process of forming pattern by removing the PR of a certain area. There are two types of PR, positive PR and negative PR. In the case of positive PR, the polymer bond in the UV received part is broken and disappear by the developer, and only the non-UV received part remains and forms a pattern. Comparably, in negative PR, the polymers in the UV receiving part are lumped together and blocked by a mask, and the non-UV receiving part is removed by development. Fifth, after hard bake comes, development remove the remaining moisture and solvent to dry the PR again. Last, the discount is used to remove residual PR debris. As the pattern becomes fine, the development of photomasking has been steadily required, and we will lead the development of semiconductor technology by adjusting the optical system of optimized for the fine process and developing a high resolution photosensitive agent. The development and innovation of semiconductor technology are greatly influenced by the development of the photo process. While preparing for the presentation of the most important photomasking on semiconductor process, I was able to know the level and prospect of semiconductor technology in Korea, and I thought it would be very helpful for me to become a force in the semiconductor industry in the future. Thank you for your listening to my speech.